Hi everybody, it's Katie from Created by Katie, and I'm back in the craft room today to share with you some more storage ideas. Today I'm going to share with you how I store my paper, my embellishments, and my stamps, and hopefully give you some ideas for being organized in the new year and show you what projects I have for getting organized in the new year. Alright, this is the top drawer of my craft table here, and this is where I have all my cardstock. My 8.5 by 11 cardstock that I use for cards pretty much daily. And I have them in these plastic cropper hopper files. And as you can see in this one, I have white and cream, and I have them divided with the little dividers. And then in the front of the package I can put the scraps from those two colors. And I just have the basics in the front, and then you can see I have a couple different kinds of pink, the reds, the greens, etc. all the way to the back. And that's where I keep my cardstock. If I need to, I could pull out the whole folder, dig through there and find the scraps. That seems to work the best for me right now. And it's in this top drawer of my desk. Okay, down here in this bottom drawer of my desk, it's where I keep most of my 12 by 12 pattern paper. And I don't have a lot of rhyme or reason. A few things I do. This little folder is all just sticker sheets with alphabets and different elements. This larger file here is divided up with Simple Stories paper packs that I use for Project Life. And then back further, this one here is all Stampin' Up! Paper, which you see I have a lot of. And then further back here that's all I have of other companies' brands of 12 by 12 paper. I'll show you in a minute that I've switched to 6 by 6 when it comes to that kind of stuff. But this is stuff that I have that I just really wanted to hold on to. I know I'm a hoarder. I need to get rid of it. I need to use it and move on. But that's where I keep the rest of my 12 by 12 paper. I've pared it down. Everything needs to fit in this drawer. If it doesn't, then I don't get any more, because obviously I have plenty, right? And just off to the side of my desk, I have these file drawers here. And this is where I keep my 6 by 6 pads of paper. That's pretty much all I buy anymore, the 6 by 6 pads for making cards. And I kind of have them together by company, and like some of these that fall apart, they don't stay together in their binding. I've put them in plastic bags. Otherwise, what I've done is used more of these CD envelopes. I know that the larger 6 by 6 envelope would probably be better. It would fit on there a little bit better. But I've just taped these right to the back of the paper pad. And then I can store my scraps in there. And then they're not floating all over in my drawer. Back in the back there, I do have some smaller pieces of cardstock that I cut up and just stored them in there. And I will kind of go through there first to find cardstock for cards before I dig through my other scrap drawer. I also have a very small collection of paper in my closet, mostly like my 12 by 12 cardstock here. I have some other kit items in there, and then this is where I keep all of my holiday papers. Like I've got a file in there that's just Halloween, a file that's just Christmas, I've got a file in there that's Valentine's Day that needs to come out. And I usually just pull them out for the holiday and then I put them back for next year. Moving on to storing my stamps. It's kind of a hodgepodge of how I do that. This is where I keep all my Stampin' Up! Stamps that are still wood. I really like the wood blocks way better than I like their clear line of stamps. But I do have some clear stamps down below. I don't have a lot. This is something that I'd really like some sort of different organization in. And so that's kind of a goal for this year, is to find something different for those stamps right there. The rest of my stamps are stored in the cubbies that make up my desk. This particular drawer is all about my favorite things, and there she goes. And what I've done here is I just cut the end off of a case of pop, and nobody ever sees it unless I show it on video. But then I just have my smaller stamp sets, like my Pure Innocence and a la mode stamps in there. And then my favorite things stamps fit there, and all my There She Goes stamps fit in the back. These are the ones I probably use the most of, so I keep them over here on this side of my desk. Over on the other side of my desk is where I keep the rest of my stamps. And this top drawer is just kind of a Mod Podge of extra stamps from Verve, Sparkle Creations, just kind of whatever in here. This is where I keep the rest of them. Alright, then down below I have my paper tray ink stamps, and the ones that came in the CD cases, and then now that are coming in the DVD cases, and then some of the smaller ones just kind of floating around in there. That's where I keep those. My embellishments are a little bit more fun to store because they're usually colorful and cute, and they look good out and about. So I have this shelf that my mom made me when I was really young, and I've had it forever, and it works perfectly for these little candy jars. I picked them up at a secondhand store, and I've got washi tape, chipboard letters, flowers, and then I've got all of my buttons in these little ball canning jars, the little small ones. It works perfectly because you can see what color they are. They kind of look cute lined up there. I do have some other miscellaneous buttons, and then the one buttons that came in these little jars there. I do keep a good majority of my ribbon and twine here on my ribbon carousels. And then I have this drawer, which I've got all of my open felt, and then I've got more ribbon packaged up in baggies by color, and this little basket kind of has a hodgepodge of ribbon, some more embroidery floss, and then more felt. All of my small embellishments are in this tool chest. It's not the prettiest thing, but it works perfectly for me. This is exactly what I needed, what I want, because I can open everything up and I can go through here and see what I have to use. I can label it. Nothing. Some of them are old labels that I just haven't taken off. Just different things that I've got here for use. I think that works the best for my room and my area, keeping everything open. I can open up the packages and throw them in there, and I don't have to worry about the packages getting ruined. being taking up too much room, etc. So I also do have this little carousel case that I got for Christmas one year, and I've opened up packages of brads and stuck them in there, and that's pretty much all I have in there. And all of that just sits right under my table for right now. Again, that's another storage solution. I'd like to get it off the floor and get it up and get it visible, but for right now it works perfectly right down there.